How can I be of a gift to you at this point? You're a gift to me, so thank you.
Man, I've been feeling pretty bad lately. My girlfriend just broke up with me. Things just are not going well. I've been really mentally in a bad place, and it's been rough. I mean, I don't sit here and complain to you, but
Well, the funny thing is, when you're saying these things to me, you seem pretty like at peace. You almost seem fresher than I would say I've seen you in the past. Like you seem pretty at ease, and I would almost say it looks like you look like the opposite of what you're telling me.
yeah, it's weird. Right now, I do feel pretty good. It's been a roller coaster, obviously. It's the second time it's happened, so that might have something to do with it too,
The second time, what's happened?
that she's left me.
Okay.
So,
How
yeah,
long have y'all been?
I really do feel shameful about it and guilty, and really getting down on myself about it. I feel like if I was a better, stronger man with more to offer, it wouldn't happen.
So this is a girl that you've been dating, and she broke up. This is the second time she's broken up with you. Like how long have y'all been together on and off?
For about a year.
About a year. Okay, cool. Why do you think she broke up with you?
Well, she'll tell you that I'm controlling, I'm possessive, I'm mean. I'll tell you it's because I'm not confident. I'm very insecure lately. Been feeling very insecure lately. I don't have a lot of money too. I think that's a big thing. But because I can't really express myself the way I could if I did have a lot of money. I think I'd be able to take care of people a little bit better and help people out, express my love a little bit fuller, So.
Okay, so you said that she would say that you're controlling, possessive, and mean, and you
Jealous,
would say jealous, and you would say that you think it's more that a little insecure. What was the very first thing you said? You said something before insecure.
I feel like I'm a weak man.
A
I
weak.
feel like I'm needy. She said I'm needy. I kind of agree with a lot of those things too.
Well, whatever you've gone through or whatever this experience is doing for you, I would say it looks pretty good on you. I want to reiterate that. Like the way you're expressing yourself seems more at ease and peace than I've ever heard before. However, I will admit, I do not like the words you're choosing to describe your scenario, but I do like how you are expressing it, your tone, the clarity. So I'm wondering if there's a mental refinement going on, and that this situation with you and your girlfriend is serving you and getting more clear. And I may have talked to you about this before, but it really seems as growth takes place in 3 steps, like awareness, acceptance, and action. And your awareness and your acceptance of what could be the issue on both sides of the coin is pretty profound. Now the action, it's time to take action. It's time to they almost sounded similar. Like you said, you think you're insecure, she thinks you're possessive. Those are caused by each other.
It all comes together.
Yeah, so your insecurity is probably what's causing you to come off, from her perspective, as possessive. I will say this, for that, I know you named many different things that are going on, but in the sense of possessiveness or jealousy, I think it's very important. And any animal will teach us this. Any baby, she'll teach this. She's taught this to me multiple times. When I'm really needy or want to grab her, she doesn't seem nearly as interested as when I'm here for you. Versus I'm here for you. There's a difference between I need you and that I'm here for you. When I'm here for her, she seems to be like, hey, dada. But if I'm looking for her, I'm I want to play with you or I need you, she seems to be more dismissive of me.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering whether it's this girlfriend or a future girl that you're dating. Well, first of all, do you want to date any other women, or do you want to get back with the girl that broke up with you?
Obviously, I do want to get back with her.
So I would really forget her then. Really, this is the crazy thing about the word forgetting. This has been something that's been going through my mind lately. Forgetting. Forgetting something, forget it. So if it's money that if you think money is going to be what gives you more confidence and open your capacity to love, forget it. Just forget about that, because it's probably not true. It may be once you open your capacity to love, and that regardless of money, then that might be when you become more of a magnet for money. So forget thinking that you need money to be a better lover in any way. If you want to get back with your ex-girlfriend, forget her. I think you really I think you really get to forget her, and when you really embody that vibration, then she'll feel that. She'll feel that, whether you're with her physically or not. And she can then decide what her heart truly desires. But if you are the attachment, the possessiveness, the insecurity, the jealousy, the whatever, I don't know if there's any specific situations you want to talk about. We're about halfway, we're 6.5 minutes in. But I think it's time for you to forget it and do what your heart's calling you to do. Like, realize that this is your moment, this is your chance, this is your opportunity to be the best lover you possibly can. And if you think your ability to be a better lover is contingent upon things outside of you, like money, then that's your issue. You got to forget the money so you can get real with yourself.
Right. Yeah, this actually makes a lot of sense. It seems like last time we broke up, she came back to me when I stopped talking to her, and it's been about over 24 hours now since I just said, you know what, I can't be friends with you. You know, I can't be anything but your romantic partner. So I'm just cutting it off again. You know, if it was up to her, I'm sure we'd be chatting all day, and maybe, I don't know. You know, it's just.
And I like that, honestly. I know some people think that's like mean or something, but let me see if she wants to hold something else. You want to hold a book? You want to hold a book while we talk? I really like the idea that you not being friends with her. I don't think we have to be friends with our ex-girlfriends. I never was interested in being friends with my girlfriends. If that meant like friends in the sense that there's no chemistry, or there's no tension, or there's no. I think the 3 C's to like a strong connection are chemistry, compatibility, and communication. And chemistry being the most important for a long-term relationship to last. So if I'm like, I trust whoever if you decide to marry someone, that the chemistry is what's guiding your way, and then the compatibility and the communication are what will keep that crazy chemistry balanced. Like, I'm talking like the chemistry. I think that there's a strong enough chemistry where you are refusing to be her friends. It sounds like you really like her. You really are into her.
Yeah, I love her. You know?
Okay, so you really love her, and I just want to honor you that you're able to express that to her and to me, that level of integrity. So rather than being nice or a peacekeeper, you're being a peacemaker for yourself, in the sense that, you know, for you to be at peace, and you're going to be in your ex-girlfriend's presence, you want to be there together romantically. And if that's not what it is, then you're not interested in torturing your heart in a way to look nice.
Towards different times in the relationship, she would be more affectionate and more, you know, like into me, more respectful to me than other times, you know. And those times where she was a little distant, and it could have been simple as she just needed space, or I don't know, you know, it was like, that's when I would start to be like,
okay,
you know, why are you doing this? The weak man, like, you know, love me, you know, and that's kind of like.
And I want you to let go also of being weak. That's not a sign of weakness. Like, your vulnerability is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Now, if you start letting your vulnerability get taken over by possessiveness, that might be more on the category of weakness. But you having that feeling, that's not you being weak. Now, what I will say in the last minute here, think of what you're wanting. When I'm talking about the polarity, the chemistry between y'all two, she sounds like a very hyper feminine woman. And what I mean by that is, like, let's look at the ocean. I surf. I think like surfing is one of the most masculine, or sailing, or a captain of a ship is one of the most masculine roles someone can take, because they're literally immersing themselves in the ocean of emotion that is always changing. It's deep beyond our understanding. No one knows how deep the ocean is. And it's always changing. Every day there's a tide. And the tide gets higher and lower. Every day it always changes. The wind changes the waves. The weather can change the waves. it's highly changing. And instead of getting frustrated when the tide is really low or the winds, or if it's a really sloppy or choppy ocean, a good surfer is not the one that only surfs in conditions that are good. It's like who can have a good surfer, in my opinion, is the one that can have the most fun and the most variety of conditions. So even if it's messy and dirty and the water's murky and it's crazy, can I still go out surfing if I want to and have a good time in the ocean, and then still be ready when it turns on and the waves are perfect and they're beautiful and they just are like calling to me, they're like diamonds. Can I be there for both ways? And I think that is someone that can hold the space for the feminine ocean to go back and forth and be full and empty and sideways and left and right and make no sense. That's holding a very masculine energy. And I think you holding that masculine energy and her holding that very going with the flow of her emotions and her life is holding a very feminine energy. And I bet that's when y'all's chemistry is the strongest. So it sounds like instead of being scared or turned off by her withdrawal, by the tide coming in, realize that's what's keeping your chemistry. That's what's keeping y'all connected. As much of a humble pie as that is. Yeah. Oh yeah. The moment someone goes out there surfing and they try to control the ocean, that's dangerous. That's very dangerous. The person that can surrender, like when a wave really overcomes them and they surrender, it's easier to find the bottom so they know which way's up. If someone fights it and they're running out of oxygen, wasting their oxygen, fighting something that's pretty impossible to fight sometimes, and then they can even fight themselves into not knowing, they might not hit the bottom on a wave and they don't know which way's up or which way's down. And it's just like that resistance is not the masculine energy that'll get people to surf the best waves and have the best connections with their girlfriends.
Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan. Run, guan, guan, guan.